This is the world in technology, and for our this is the world in technology, and for our first news article,
Apple's number one. Apple's number one.
no, Micromax is number one. Here's the story. Research from Canalys has released its findings Q4 2014 smartphone shipments in India.
Cannabis?
No, Canalys.
Okay.
The data shows that Micromax has now surpassed Samsung to claim the top spot in the country as its smartphone shipments reached 4.6 million units in the previous quarter, grabbing nearly 22% of the market share, as opposed to Samsung's 20% market share.
Obviously, Samsung disagrees and were quoted by saying, our volume market share in the smartphone market in the year was 35.7%, which is more than double than that of the next player, while our value share was 40.2%, which is more than 4% than 4 times the next player.
Impossible, Koreans.
I don't care. Apple's still number one.
And
Our next story, Mutant Mosquitos.
a British company, Oxitec, plans to unleash hordes of genetically modified mosquitoes in Florida to reduce the threat of dengue fever and other diseases.
This is how the world ends. Umbrella Corporation is coming to get you.
Oxitec claims that since the males do not bite, only the females do, the lab-grown males would be released to the mate with the females. Sorry. These releases would take place a few times a week and go on to say that both the released mosquitoes and their offspring will die. They do not stay in the environment, calling the whole thing a new tool in the fight against mosquitoes.
This is how you make Godzilla.
They've tested the project in the Cayman Islands and Brazil and have noted a 90% drop in mosquito populations there.
That's where Godzilla is coming from. You don't understand. The New World Order is hiding shit from you, brother. First mosquitoes, then men, then Godzilla.
They even have a video up discussing this process. It features an animated female mosquito scolding her husband.
You put it there, didn't you?
I will. The Argentinian president mocks China.
The Argentinian president, Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner, posted a message on Twitter replacing the letter R with the letter L. So it sounded like she was saying lice and petroleum instead of rice and petroleum. Like fly lice, sorry.
And all that while trying to raise money for her recession-hit economy.
How's technology working out for you, Argentina?
She later apologized, saying, sorry, you know what? It's just that things get a little excessively ridiculous and absurd. They can only be digested with humor.
That's not even an apology, is it? Speaking of apologies, AIB apologized earlier this week.
They start with, dear everyone, let's just take a deep breath. They're just jokes, unfunny, crass or whatever you want to call them, but they're still just jokes. The AIB knockout video has been taken down. They go on to say, the video came with a clear disclaimer with several age and content warnings. No one was forced to watch it. And they ended with PPS. It's a good thing nobody downloaded the file or put it up on a torrent website or something.
What's a torrent?
I don't know.
Moving on. Our next story comes from the weirdest place in the world, Japan.
Yusuke Katayama, 32, who used computers around the country to make a series of threats in 2012, including that he would kill multiple people at a comic book event, attack an airplane, and target a kindergarten attended by grandchildren of Emperor Akihito.
Basically, everything Mark Zuckerberg has been accused of.
Katayama used a virus to gain control of strangers' computers through which he issued threats and a series of riddles that captured attention of the national media. If that wasn't wrong enough, the Japanese police, NPA, extracted confessions from 4 victims and had to apologize later.
Finally, media and a cybercrime expert received anonymous messages containing information that investigators considered could have only been known by the real culprit. The messages said that the details of the computer virus had been strapped to a cat near an island near Tokyo. The police found the cat and tracked down Katayama, arresting him in February 2013.
What kind of world is it where you can't even strap your virus to your own cat?
The presiding judge, Katsunori Ono, said he committed the crime and the purpose of it was for the police to make wrongful arrests, adding that Katayama's actions had been vicious.
I am Karthik Lalit and stay tuned to our channel for more content and also subscribe to it. Please subscribe to it.
Content.
Content.
I am Ishan Lalit. Let me ask you, do you hate cats?